After exactly 9 seconds, the door swung shut. A gust of air it created caused the candles on the altar to flicker and die. The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and Seven had been left behind.
Uh,
Clover looked down at her hand and traced with her finger the faint blue veins that crisscrossed them. Seven shoved his arms into the front of his overalls and scratched at his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made the air feel thick and oppressive.
Until they heard a knocking.
Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked to the larger of the 2-9 doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. It read Engaged. He moved to the smaller door.
If only they had a 2.
I mean, right? That would equal 9, but that would be a bit unlikely, I think.
Yeah.
The red Vacant. The digital root of the remaining people was 7. Which only, 7. There was no possible way for them to open a door with 9 on it. Junpei touched the surface of the door.
June.
He thought about June, about Akane Karashiki. Was she safe? That was all that mattered to him. If she was alive, if she had escaped from this horrible boat, that was what Junpei prayed for. 7 came up next to him. He pulled off his hat, scratched his head, and sighed.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do?
7 opened his mouth to respond when a noise echoed through the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously. It wasn't mechanical, it was clearly human. Junpei and 7 looked at one another.
What the hell is that?
shh, quiet.
Clover motioned to 7 to be quiet. She put one finger to her lips and closed her eyes in concentration. The 3 of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from.
Where is it coming from? Could it be?
No way.
Hey!
No.
I think it's coming from this coffin.
It's been, this thing that's been in the middle of the room and very much like standing out amongst everything else that we just haven't talked about this entire time.
I mean, it kind of blends in. You might miss it.
Guess so.
You're right.
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
Yes. He's not been very successful.
You're telling me to force it open?
Just shut up and try!
Junpei and 7 grabbed hold of the coffin.
I don't think force has ever worked once in this entire game.
Yeah, not really. They tried to get a good grip with what little purchase they could find and pulled with all their strength.
Damn it!
Man, it won't even budge.
There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Its purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Their eyes were almost immediately drawn to it.
Another one?
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so.
I mean, that would kind of make sense. The noise wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder.
Whoever or whatever's inside this thing wants out, and now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
They couldn't even tell how many numbers the passcode needed to be.
Isn't there a hint somewhere?
Well,
In
let's
your
look
pocket.
for one.
It's in your pocket.
Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine the pews and 7 investigated the desk, but they turned up nothing.
Ugh, there's nothing here.
Not making this easy, are they?
The sound still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged in that room.
What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
The world blinked.
Huh?
Suddenly, there was a voice inside of Junpei's head. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Ah, now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
Wait, what? What the hell was that? That voice?
Junpei was utterly and completely baffled.
Huh? What?
What's up?
7 and Clover ran over to him, but Junpei didn't know what to tell them.
Huh?
If he told them he'd heard a voice, they'd laugh, or worse, think he was going insane. So all he said was,
Oh, nothing.
he cleared his throat a little too loud and looked pointedly down at his bracelet. There were a pair of small buttons protruding from either side of it. Junpei pressed the buttons.
Oh wow. I think it was Truth had gone. Truth had gone. It was yeah, that one. So
Right, left, right, left, right, left. That was it. 1438341. 8 numbers blinked on and then off in the bracelet display. Junpei checked one last time. 1438341.
1438341.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, what
oh,
the hell
I'm
were
gonna
those
love to
numbers?
see her reaction when it opens.
Oh my gosh. Are those?
Huh.
Junpei didn't answer. He simply walked straight to the coffin. He knelt down in front of the keypad, running over the numbers in his head so he wouldn't forget.
1438341. 1438341.
With trembling fingers, he punched them in. 1438341.
1438341.
That was all of them. He punched the E button.
Which stands for enter.
Do you know how a number pad works, by the way?
The C also means clear.
Just
I
in
think.
case you weren't aware.
Right. I think this is the Marco Polo, the Marco Polo game of all time.
Yeah.
And instead of Marco Aurelius, you're Snake, and then you just hear.
Yeah. Then there was the sound of the coffin lid unlatching. Someone sat up out of it.
Huh. No way.
No way. Lois, look. It is Snake. From 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
Not
Sweet.
Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
What?
Why are you?
Oh?
Yep.
Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you.
This guy.
Snake!
You? Why?
Junpei? And 7? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
Just like Rip Van Winkle. Still, it was very much like Snake to simply cut to the heart of the matter and ask.
Oh.
Jeez.
Junpei and Seven shared a wry smile. Clover's eyes were filled with tears.
You're back!
With a cry of joy, she leapt into Snake's arms.
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
Oh, you're back!
Clover looked like nothing so much as a lost child who had finally found her home. She cried and cried and cried.
Oh, this is a touching reunion. We've been waiting for this
I
for
mean, they've been separated for so long.
pretty much the entire game at this point.
Yeah. Her eyes were red and her nose was running. She hiccuped and gasped as if she were about to begin hyperventilating.
You're back! You're really here!
Her voice was happy but almost desperate, as if she feared he would disappear again if she stopped talking to him. Tear after tremendous tear rolled its way down her face. Her small arms strained as she clutched Snake's body as tightly as she could. Perhaps she had to convince herself he was real. Perhaps she was worried he would be gone the moment she let go. Perhaps she simply didn't know what else to do.
You're back!
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
You kind of have.
Not as though you did. I really thought you were dead.
Huh?
You jerk! Idiot! Idiot! Idiot!
Clover broke into sobs so great she could no longer talk. It was a touching reunion between brother and sister. Even though Junpei knew they had little time and every minute they waited was a minute they wasted, it felt cruel to pull them apart. Junpei and Seven sat down on one of the pews waiting for Clover to calm down before explaining to Snake what had transpired.
Yep.
I see. I believe I understand things rather well now, thank you.
I see, says the blind man.
In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
He had quickly and neatly summarized the events of several hours.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
You also discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here, in this room. Do I have it straight?
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well then. I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed, but it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why. The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they
Yes.
killed in the way they were?
Yes.
Called misdirection.
You don't know?
Red herring.
No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X. Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me. I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me.
Okay.
They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you? Do you remember?
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room.
The Axe body spray.
I believe the gas is
which-
some sort
which,
of incapacitating agent.
Which scent was it?
Then that means it was.
Huh.
0.
Yeah.
Looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Junpei crossed his arms in thought.
Why? Why did Zero make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit Zero? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either. Truth had gone, and truth had gone.
Telepathically told to you.
Where did those words come from? Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them?
Seven had asked him about it while they waited for Clover to finish crying. He'd had no answer for him then, and he still did not.
All I know is my fingers moved on their own. It was like...
My
I did
hips moved on their.
subconsciously.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean?
His mind was a maelstrom of mysteries, clues, theories, and more mysteries. He could barely think.
Also, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did
And
actually die. A girl. Her name was.
There had been another experiment conducted on this same
Oh, or
ship
if she
9
says
years ago.
if she says Akane, ooh, that'd be a plot twist.
And a girl had died during it.
Hey, I saw the Funyorimpa.
Morphogenetic field theory. The 2 murders. Switching clothes. The nonary game.
And whatever strange thing was happening to Junpei himself. The maelstrom in his head spat out words and ideas that disappeared back into it almost as soon as he grasped them. But as he struggled through them, Junpei began to realize something. There was something that tied all of them together. And the point connecting the dots?
Zero. He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship. Zero should know everything. If we can uncover Zero's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of a theory. He could only test it, or perhaps...
At any rate, we'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape. Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
You haven't figured it out?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
Yeah.
Cause, ta-da, you can do it.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
you're
do it! Seek a way out!
right. With Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
As they sniped back and forth, Junpei glanced at Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with a 2
Come
on
on,
it.
you gotta tell me these things.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
Seven stomped off toward the smaller number 9 door. Clover, Snake, and Junpei followed. Seven quickly laid his hand on the red. An asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit and laid their hands on the scanner panel. Soon there were 4 asterisks on the screen. Seven glanced at them, then laid his hand on the lever of the red.
All right. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
You don't have to ask. Junpei paused for a
Not
moment.
yet.
Not yet? Interesting. I'm not sure what Junpei really has to say about that, but we'll have
I
to
don't either.
figure it out next time.
What?
Yeah.
No.
So remember that flowchart you were asking about?
What? What?
So, fun fact, if we did not do the safe ending, the game would have just stopped because we couldn't open the coffin, and then you would have gotten the coffin ending, which is basically one giant to be continued.
That's
So
it?
there's your extra ending, and now, yeah.
How many of those are there? That's
1,
that's
2,
crazy.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course there is. And you
Okay.
thought we were almost done.
Oh, and I thought we were almost done. Look at that. It's the classic mislead, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah.
Yeah, so we still got a few more episodes, trust me.
All right.
Please look forward to it.
Please look forward to it. Please. I don't remember how you say that in Japanese, but that's the meme. Yeah.
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 See you then.
See you then on 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Did I get it right?
Yay.
Yeah.